A haircut is one of the last few places where people sit down and actually talk.
Every fucking restaurant in Chicago is an Italian spot.
And sometimes it's more than small talk.
Transplants that I've met think that the city is like too big to explore certain areas of.
But most of the time, it's not that deep.
This winter has sucked. I feel like Chicago gravitates towards restaurants, bars, that scene where you get your 3 months in the summer where you're on the beach or you're doing more street festival type things where, okay, you can capitalize on that, but in the winter or fall, there's not too much. It's bars and restaurants.
Portino's is amazing. It's over on State and Grand.
Okay. There's a place up in Lakeview called Sal's Trattoria.
I've heard of this.
Okay, it's phenomenal.
Danucci's in Lakeview, another really good Italian joint.
Yeah. Wait, where are you going to dinner at?
Zarella. You ever heard of it?
Yeah.
It's like
Italian?
It's supposed to be a really good tavern-style pizza place. I love pizza.
Be honest?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anytime someone says a name of a restaurant, I'm just like, that Italian spot. Because every fucking restaurant in Chicago is an Italian spot. And they're like, yeah.
That's tough.
As a transplant, what was like a big misconception you had or something that you thought Chicago was going to be that it's not?
I don't know if I fully thought about the amount of appreciation you have for warm days when you're here, especially coming from the West Coast, where it was like just such a, you take it for granted.
Yeah.
And so I think my first like spring here where you saw, I mean, everyone just kind of loses their shit when it hits the first 65, 70 degree day.
Yeah.
And you got the picnics and people are jumping in the lake.
People are already going to the beach.
Like beach volleyball has started.
Yeah. Just fun.
I think just that like feeling of energy. I don't know if I underestimated it, of like what that was like.
Yeah.
To go through a winter and come out into that.
I love that though. Let's get into the Chicago locals.
I love a hotel bar.
You have favorite Chicago spots you like?
Well, I like all like the nice hotel bars.
Okay.
Like cute. I like the Peninsula. I like the Waldorf. I like the St. Regis, which it's making me sound like I'm a pretend, but it's also close to my house. So if I want to escape, I can run the fuck home.
Run.
Yeah. I'm a runner.
Yeah. It's like in Wicker Park.
Oh, wait,
Wicker
where
Park.
Yeah, you got to come visit.
I know.
You know, there's an Old Town barbershop right there.
Yeah.
And I come all the way over here, man.
I love you for that.
Since living there, all of my pants have gotten so much wider. Like,
oh, hell yeah.
I need to have baggy pants. I just hate being further away from the lake.
Yeah.
Like, Wicker Park definitely seems like your vibe. But you make really good use of the lake because you get out there like every day, don't you? And during the summer.
Oh, during the summer, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had that.
All right, you feel good here?
Yeah, this looks great.
But we went out for Valentine's Day, went to Butch McGuire's, classic spot.
Okay.
It was a great time. It was like everyone there, I think, was like clearly single and there to like
still out.
Yeah, and just like there to like meet other people, and so we had some fun conversations for sure. Also, some people from out of town were there. Yeah. Something that I've realized as I've gotten older is that like tourists actually come to this city.
God, am I a tourist? I frequent Shang Noodle on Grand, Valare, the Edie on Michigan Avenue.
I went to Reggie's in South Loop.
Yeah.
Mind you, this guy lives by me. And he's like, honestly, that's too far for me to go. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's too far.
I don't touch that side of the river.
I blocked him.
Transplants that I've met think that the city is like too big to explore certain areas of. Like I was seeing this one girl that lived in the Loop.
Yeah.
And she told me the most bizarre thing I've ever heard, which was that she thought Logan Square was the suburbs and that anything in like Lakeview was like too far to go. And I was like, that's you are just robbing yourself of an experience.
Yeah, it's like you live in a major city, go explore it.
I think the craziest part about Chicago is that like get a downtown gay in Boys Town or Andersonville, be like, you came up north? Yeah.
I want to talk about this. I hate you faggots that they move here and they're like, I'm staying in this area
quadrant.
and I'm not going to go out at this bar or this bar. And if I was like, Logan, let's go to this restaurant in Wicker Park, you would be like, okay, let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
get in.
I don't ever want pizza. Like,
Ever?
I don't have a spot. I don't.
That's
like,
tough. We need to get you a spot.
I know. Someone says, let's have pizza. I'm just like, I would rather have pasta.
Okay.
That's where my head goes.